I know last episode I was going back and forth between how I wanted to do these towers. I'm glad I did it this way. When I was thinking about this before I even laid any road, and I was just thinking about how I wanted to do this, this was kind of my thought process, my thought of how I wanted this area to look. I didn't know how about this, but this is what I was thinking of was I wanted kind of an area for my individuals to be able to walk, and I wasn't sure how many mega towers, but I wanted mega towers kind of around a park, a main park. And until I did this, really couldn't do much of anything else because I wanted to make sure this fit. Now that that is in place, now I feel like we can kind of really get going. This is similar to, where is it? It's similar to when we did this city. If you were with me for this city, the critical thing was, would this academy fit on this edge of the cliff here with the road in the way it was, or did I have to tear down the road? And until I got that, really couldn't do much else. Everything was really dependent on this sweep of a highway and the academy, which is not really the optimal way of doing things. You want to have the basics, the infrastructure in place, but sometimes you have to get some things in place. And now I feel like I've got some things in place. So, welcome back. If I were in the stages of titling this episode, because typically the thumbnail and the title of the episode comes well after I've recorded it. But I would not be surprised if this episode was all about infrastructure. We have got things we've got to do. Let's pause. Let's kind of go down our list. So, yes, I've got power, but it's not the power that I want fusion power. We're good with water, we're good with sewage. Garbage, I have garbage, but we're going to be working on drones. So I've addressed that and control net. We'll talk about in a moment. We do not have, yes, our neighbor is sending us fire, health, and police. We do not have that. We have got to work on that. We've got to work on schools. We've got to work on transportation. We've got plenty of parks. We're spending a lot of simoleons on parks. The good news is we are now in the positive. So that's good. We've got some work to do. There are some things that we have got to get set up. I feel like we've waited a bit too long to put down some important buildings. So that's what we've got to get working on. Before we do that, let's take a trip over here real quick. I just want to show you some things that I've done offline. So you remember this city. Now, what I did over here, I added more I added an additional 2 dump zones. I added an incinerator and plenty more garages. I have a lot of garbage trucks that I can volunteer. That if we need, we can do that. The other thing that I did over here in this city, because I already had a population in place and I already had a corner over here that was high wealth. So I turned this, I would say this was high wealth. I've turned this entire little segment high wealth. And I put in a control net facility that, because I already have an established population, look at that, because I need high wealth workers, and that's nearly as full as you're going to get. So we're generating a lot of control net that we can sell. But nice. So we've got that taken care of. Let's go back here. And it'll probably be daytime. Yes, it's daytime. All right, so I'm gonna spend a good portion paused, I think. I think I want to go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and get some apartments placed. These offices are going to complain soon. I typically don't start the first level with an office, but well, I don't know if I've ever done this before. We could get rid of the office and start with an apartment and then put an office. Let's do it because I've never really done that. I typically put down apartment levels. I'm not sure why I started with office. I'm going to revert back. I'm going to put apartment and then office. Let's sandwich the offices. So I'm going to let those build. I'm going to put offices on top of them. And then I'm going to pause because there's some things I want to do while paused. So be back shortly. All right, wonderful. We've got, yeah, I should have done this from the onset. We've got apartments, now office. And I'm paused because remember, these mega towers can be a bit finicky. All right, so let's start with fire. Let's put our fire close to, let's see where my border. Let's put fire out here. Let's put health. Let's put health close to tower. Let's come over. Let's put police. Actually, you know what? Police would be wonderful here. The high wealth, they would feel really secure. And I'm not sold that this is where I want to put my control net. I'm kind of liking the fact that I'm indecisive. I like the fact that I'm kind of redoing a lot of, I don't want to go in automatically knowing what I'm going to do. Let's give them the French police station. They're going to really enjoy that. So this high wealth area is going to have parks, police at one end, health at another. Man, do I want buildings around the? I think I do, but let's, for right now, you know that these towers are going to want shopping. So let's keep them happy. Let's do that. Let's do that. Community college. I want high tech, and we don't have a ton of people yet. Community oh, nice. I don't know if I like it on an intersection like that, but it really fits. Let's do this. That'll give us room to grow, to add on more. People are going to need transportation. They're going to want to get off the bus right in front. Okay, what else? What am I missing? How are my jobs? We've got a lot of people, but we've got offices. Unemployed. I think that's because the simulation hasn't quite realized. If we need to, we can get rid of some of these, but we'll wait. Let's purchase some control net. Let's put down our fusion power plant. I would have liked to have done this earlier because you know how disruptive. But if we're going to do it, I feel like we're going to need this fusion. This power plant needs to come down here someplace. I just feel like we're going to need that area. Let's do that. Let's do it. Do it here. I don't think it'll fit. Yeah, let's do it here. Okay, what else? What else? I've upgraded a lot of those roads. So when we hit play, we'll have, they'll be hiring. People will start working at the fire station. We've got health issues. We'll have a clinic to address those. Police will have a community college. We'll have bus stops in place. Do I want to put down the bus station now or wait? Still not sure where I want this bus station to. Man, it fits right there though. It really fits. We're back to losing money, but that's because we've placed things, well, paused. And I think of this as our, that's part of it, and the additions to the mega towers. I'm going to add on. This is all stuff that really should have taken place in the first episode of this city. But once again, I needed to make sure that man, I do like the look of that. All right. Let's play. There. All right. That has a control net signal. I'm sorry to the residents of this city, but the next few hours are going to be rough. I don't trust that we've got enough. You know, if you've watched me in the past, you know I've placed down. This is just a temporary. All right, let's let that charge. All right, now, how are we doing? Telling our friends to move in. Great. Working. This town is great. Treating 5 patients. Police are in place. I went ahead and added jail cells. Look at this. Nice. It's population growth. We're going to have to make sure that that's futurized. I want futuristic looking buildings. Medium wealth. That doesn't make sense, or does it? Look at that. Green across the board. It's not going to last when we try to jumpstart this generator, but we'll worry about that later. Or anybody going to school? Yes. Good. How are we here? I feel better. I want these to look futuristic. look. Nope, I think I'd lose one building, but I think that, let's do, look at that, except for that one little area, this is now futurized. So these buildings should start to take on, yeah, look at, there's some neon. Neon. This is going to help with turning it high tech. And unlike previous cities, I want high density buildings. That's what I want. To put out the fires of a high density, we're going to need either hazmat fire trucks or drones. So we're going to need to work on that. Where would I put a drone fact? Well, as these industrial buildings upgrade, we won't need as much space. So I think we're going to need, you know, a drone factory on the outskirts of this could be cool too. I need to keep my industry happy with a trade depot, which I'm going to need anyway for drones. Man, come right off the expressway. What would that do to my traffic? I'm worried about, let's stay over here because that power plant is not going to stay forever. We could just kind of squeeze it in there. Let's stay out here. That's going to keep industry happy, and eventually we'll put down a lot for processors. I need to think about how this city, how this area is going to evolve. But I want to be stable. All right. What's happening to my city? We're losing power. I'm losing power everywhere. It's, oh, getting this jump started is a bear. I lost one mega tower with power. If I can get this going and still, no, I lost everything. But we're working. Oh man, we've got a fusion power plant. Look at that. Just don't complain, especially my high wealth people. Power, the city's great. Clothes needs power. Clothes needs power. We'd like some power, please. Okay. office is working and they're not upset. They're back to working. Because sometimes it'll say, we're still upset that we didn't have power. We're still upset that there was crime, or we're still upset that. Nice. Thank you very much. Ooh. That's a relief. I'm having second thoughts. I just feel like this area is going to be too important to have a trade depot here in the fusion power plant. Let's pause again. This is the fun part. Just the indecisive, the trying to figure out. It's like a puzzle. All right, let's think this through. I am determined to have maybe our initial thought of putting it maybe just right here. I mean, it doesn't create pollution. I don't know why. I'm going to need this area. I have thoughts, I have plans for up here. I think I have a plan for here. And I'm starting to come up with some thoughts about this area. Hopefully the traffic is created by this is not, but we did think about putting it here, didn't we? Or I just want to see something. Look at that, we got space. All right. I don't think there's any freight. There's just a little bit of freight, so that this disruption won't be that bad. I need control net. I don't want to turn this off. I want the excess power to give this a kick. So let's these poor people. power outage, followed by another power outage. But in the long run, it'll be worth it. That's that's what I tell them. They're like, this mayor is crazy. Come on. Do I even want to look? I mean, would you want to live in a city that just keeps losing power like this? But I promise you guys. Oh, look. Look at that. No, I'm still losing. Nope, we still lost it. There. Good. Oh, one building. One building kept its power. Everybody else. I'm sorry, guys. But in the long run, when we're able to utilize that land, you'll thank me. But I'm not going to keep doing this because at some point, they're going to be really upset with me. Just one more. Come on. Got it. Got it. Okay. And all important. How are you guys doing? Okay, good. Good. Even if, and it's not going to happen, but even if I were to decide that this is not a good spot, I'm not going to do anything about it. I'm going to stay. Oh, look, we're getting some multifamily. Yeah, I don't know what we're going to do here, but this makes so much more sense. Very nice. I'm happy now. At least for right now.